Welcome back to the Ball Knowers podcast. One week
Welcome back.
after our last episode, let's go.
6 days, actually. So under a week.
We're locked in right now. Currently, both of us have the World Cup on. Brazil versus Japan. We're about to be done with regulation unless someone scores a goal. So pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, I was
But a lot
watching
of
the
stuff happened
South
in the NBA.
Africa Canada yesterday, and Canada scored in like the 91st minute. It was pretty hype.
I wanted to have that game on, but I was doing something.
Yeah, it's just like the World Cup for me. Like I've never really felt this in the NBA. I've never really felt that bad for the players on the losing teams, but in the World Cup, like when someone makes like the mistake that like allows a goal for their team, like you can just see how much like despair and shame they're immediately filled with, man. And I feel bad for these guys. Like
Yeah, it's pretty
they might
bad.
never be back in that moment in their soccer career, and like they
I
feel like they
know.
let their country down.
I was watching a video. I think it was some Brazilian player. I could be wrong though. In like the '60s, he like caused a loss in the World Cup, and he was like ostracized from his community. Like no one fucked with him for the rest of his life.
That's crazy.
And it's like, yeah, I know he fucked up in the World Cup, but come on, man.
If it was an honest mistake, you know,
I don't even think it was that bad, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't think it was like an own
because
goal
like,
or something.
cause like imagine if like J.R. Smith got like socially ostracized for forgetting what the score was in Game One in
I mean, I think
2018.
that deserves it.
Like what if every time he went in public, like people just threw like tomatoes at him?
I don't understand it. That was a pretty big blunder. Um, yeah, fair amount of stuff happening in the NBA since our last pod. I think we made it after the Giannis trade,
Yeah.
um, right before the draft. So draft happened, Melo got traded. Um,
Let's just start with the draft. We could just go down the list of the draft and give our takes. I mean, we've talked about these top prospects to death. I mean, we've been talking about them for months, so I'm not sure how much there will be.
yeah, I don't have a ton to say about it. Actually, one thing I do want to say. So were you watching the draft live?
No, I actually wasn't.
Okay, I had that on while I was finishing up a shift, and they when they announced Devonsta, uh, they announced his like full government name, and I'm like, it was like
What is his government name? I don't even know.
it's I don't know it's not obviously his name's not AJ. Hold on, let me Google it.
Computer.
Um,
What's this guy real name?
computer. Uh, Aniset. So
Ani set.
Adam Silver goes up there and he's like, with the first pick, the Washington Wizards select Aniset DeBonsta, and like my stomach just dropped when I heard like not AJ. Like who did they pick? They just picked some random guy. Obviously that didn't happen. Outside of that though, pretty unsurprising start to the draft. It kind of went exactly as people
Yeah.
predicted.
So that top four, top five, really, I guess really the whole top seven with what all the mock drafts had.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess we haven't really talked about anything outside the top four. So I guess I'll just start there. What happened?
Brazil with a goal
Oh no.
in
Oh
the
no,
95th
Japan.
minute. Holy
Wow.
shit.
That means they'll probably only give Japan like one run at it.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna blow the whistle.
Damn, that's tough. Anyways, sorry.
Anyways, I was gonna say we should just start at like pick five and talk about these players because I've actually had the chance to watch a little more film on these guys. Like Keaton Wagler, obviously really talented for a freshman. Like he measures up really well, um, and he's got some great playmaking ability. And he kind of reminds me of Halliburton. Like, people make those comparisons, and I see it. But I just don't think he's that athletic. I think he's kind of slow, honestly. So I wonder how effective he's going to be at the NBA level.
Yeah, my extent of draft scouting has been just looking at what people on Twitter
Have you
say about
seen
these
Have you
guys.
seen Michael Brown Jr.?
I've not.
The Nets drafted him. They draft another guard. I think the shithole that is the Nets is not getting any better. Like they're gonna have Randall MPJ hoops next year. And they just drafted another guard to complement the four guards they drafted last year.
There couldn't be a worse situation for a young guard to go to than Brooklyn.
But Michael Brown Jr. He's like a pool acolyte. Crazy
Oh, really?
shifty. He can shoot threes. Yeah. Then Acuff to Sacramento. I like that pick. I guess we're gonna at least see Acuff a lot. He's gonna get plenty of chances to show what he can do. I do think he's really good. Uh, Kingston Flemings, can't lie, I don't know that much about that guy.
I think
Uh,
where the first point where the draft kind of went off script was Morez Johnson to Dallas.
yeah, yeah, and Dusty May, obviously, goes from Michigan to Dallas and brings his guy with him. And he had the pick of all three of his guys, and he chose Morris Johnson, which I don't hate that pick. If I had to pick one of them, I'd probably pick Mara. I can't lie. Um, but I don't hate Morris Johnson with that pick at all. I think he is supremely talented. He's so athletic. I think he is too big and athletic to fail, and he showed really good touch in like his spot up game now too. Like he can face the basket and do stuff too. Um, so I think that's a great pick. Braden Burries to Milwaukee. I know he's kind of small, but he's like a really good defender. So
Yeah, I mean they'll take any young players they can get right now. Um, because didn't they also get Nate Ahmet
Nate
from the
Ament,
trade?
yeah. And you
So
see, he's a cornball. I mean, I guess he's not a cornball. He's just goofy. I like him.
like, what do you mean
Um,
he's a cornball? What
did
do you
you
do?
did you see like the video of like the panning shot of all the draft picks like before the draft? They're all standing on the stage, and the camera's walking by. Everyone's like throwing up the set or a peace sign or whatever, and then he's doing like the raised eyebrow face. Like, one raised eyebrow. I can't even do it.
You can't raise an eyebrow.
Nope, not just one.
I can only do my left eyebrow.
Yeah, but that's what he was doing. Um, so
I like
he's
that.
also just kind of cute, you know. He's just a little cutie. I kind of just want to squish him. He's so cute. Um,
The only
but yeah,
podcast with my players cute.
he had like a really big problem with efficiency last year at Tennessee because he just takes a lot of hard shots, and he is a
Hmm.
good difficult shot maker. But at the same time, 19 years old in the SEC, he only shot like 40% on twos. Um, and his stock definitely fell a lot because he was like the number four player coming out of high school.
Was he actually?
Yeah,
Jeez.
and he
Well, I
didn't
guess
have like the level of rim protection and defense that was projected for him in college either. So, but what do you think about the Warriors drafting Yaxel?
I think that's definitely a pick.
I think that's like a dream draft pick for them at 11. And
Yeah, I mean
I saw
they
the
want a more
Warriors.
established guy.
Yeah, I saw the Warriors GM was saying like he's the best 23-year-old I've ever seen. And like people were like, "Oh, are you serious?" And I'm like, "He's obviously talking about in the draft process, guys." And
Yeah,
I don't think I would disagree with him. I mean, he could have been a first round pick when he was 19 or 20, and he stayed those extra years because you can do that. And he had the JUCO issues and obviously you can be a multimillionaire now as a college athlete. So he is a weird case for sure. And the Warriors get an NBA ready wing who has really flashed like great playmaking potential, uh, great like shot making potential, and also like he's big enough to play defense. And the Warriors desperately need a player that they can slot in to have instant impact. And I think this is like a dream come true for them, honestly.
yeah. If they're gonna have any chance to compete next season, I think Yaxel's the guy to take. I'm not saying this is gonna throw them into contender status, but if any draft pick is gonna do it, it's gonna be him. Um, but yeah, I think it's a good pick. That's the right move. I think maybe they could have taken Mara. Him and Steph could have been nice, but yeah, I think that's the right pick. Dream scenario.
I mean, did you see him and Draymond are already beefing?
Yaxel and Draymond are.
Yeah, I mean, not
Is it?
actually beefing. They're just throwing little funny jabs online over like the MSU Michigan
Yeah,
rivalry.
yeah, I saw a couple
And
of those things.
I saw like I was listening to the State of the League podcast, and Pablo was talking about like how is a weirdo like Yaxel gonna fit in with Jimmy and Draymond, who are both weirdos? Like, do you think they're gonna be happy like another weirdo like us, or are they gonna like feel like he's you know interfering with them? You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
I think you kind of take the weirdos where you can get them, and so they'll have a cohesive unit of weirdos on the team. Well,
I
you
mean,
never know. They might
when
get they
he's an
might get
NBA
moved on.
player, do you think he's still gonna be on like Instagram Live talking about meat sizes?
I guess you never know. It's guys are a wild card once they get into the league. I think it'd be kind of goofy if he was doing that. My guess would be no, though. If this is a poly market bet, I'm throwing my money on no. He's not gonna be doing that. Hashtag not sponsored.
So going down the list, obviously OKC gets a Mara, which is at 12, which is just ridiculous.
The rich
Like
get richer.
there, I can see so many teams above him that should have taken Mara. Like, why would the Nets not take Mara if they know they're dealing Claxton?
They're they're a
Why would the
poverty
Bucks not take
organization.
Mara?
They
I
can
don't
tell themselves
understand.
they got Miles Turner. That's
And
why
it
they.
just doesn't make sense. Miles Turner sucks though. Like,
I know.
what are we doing here, man? And so we let OKC, who already has two great centers, and they showed that they had some issues. They have some issues sometimes with Chet's lengthiness, um, sometimes being a defensive weakness, and getting this bigger bodied 7'3" center is like completely a way to just have more options moving forward. And he's going to be on this cheap rookie deal for 4 years. And obviously, they're keeping Hartenstein also. So I just got to feel bad for Jalen Williams now, man, because now he's the fourth center. And he is so good. Like, he actually just has to go to a new team.
Yeah, he's not going to be getting any burn next
Hey,
season.
Pistons, we need him.
I would take him.
I mean, if
Get
Duran's
get
going
rid of
somewhere, we
Duran,
need him.
take Jalen Williams. I would love that, honestly. Having a rotation of Paul Reed and Jalen Williams would be so sick. Like these two
Yeah,
energy guys
honestly.
that are actually way better than
He
you.
would make our offense so much better
Oh yeah,
just because he
because
can shoot
the
it
dude
so
can
good.
actually shoot.
Yeah. Asian Duke
Um,
Dennis, and then we could have Aura because he would just be laughing with Cade and hyping him up all the time.
he would add so much aura to Cade, bro. You don't understand. The post game interviews. Oh, bro. Yeah, no, we need that. We need that. Put it on the wish list.
Yeah, but the Pistons did get one OKC player recently. OKC traded a few guys. They traded Aaron Wiggins to where they trade him? Atlanta, and then they dealt Isaiah Joe. And by the way, basically, what OKC spent to move up to get Mara, they got back by trading Isaiah Joe. So just so shows you what you can do when you're a GM wizard.
Yeah, I don't know how other GMs are watching what Presti's doing, and continuing to allow him to accumulate all this wealth.
Yeah,
There's a
but
blueprint here
I like
of
the
how
Pistons
to
getting
how to be
Isaiah
this
Joe though.
good,
I
and
think
no one else follows it.
that was a good deal for us though because
It
it's only a
is.
couple second round picks for a good player. It keeps looking like from these reports, it looks more and more like Duncan Robinson might not be on the team next year. Um,
Yeah, I've been
and
seeing
there's
reports about
talks of
Eddie's
trading him
deal.
back to Miami. There's talks of trading him. Actually, I think it's mostly just back to Miami, and so a lot of people have been talking about like a Norman Powell sign and trade happening. Um, which I don't know how I feel about that.
I'd
Obviously,
rather see Duncan win.
Joe and Duncan probably can't play together, but like just having two guys that are such elite shooters, I feel like why not? Because obviously that Malik Beasley re-sign is not happening anymore. So
Unfortunately, yeah. Malik Beasley has been officially indicted on his federal charges for gambling on his NBA games.
yeah,
So those
so
dreams are dead.
he is going to go to federal prison
I'm
for
gonna
at least a few years.
I'm gonna have to break the news to my dad because I was getting his hopes up for Malik coming back. So
Hey, while we're on the topic of people going to jail who played sports in Detroit, how about Terrion Arnold getting granted bail today of what'd you say it was? 1 million?
1 million, yeah.
So yeah, now he's awaiting trial. He's pleading not guilty to his role in the armed robbery and kidnapping thing that happened in Florida some months ago.
So what's the deal there? Like obviously he doesn't need the money
So
from that robbery.
he's
Like why
he's
did he do
facing
it?
8 counts. He's facing 4 armed robbery counts and 4 kidnapping counts, which was enough for them to keep him over the weekend and grant him 1 million bail, which is a lot of money, obviously, and facing up to life in prison. I figured they were probably going to get like to a plea deal at some point, but he is pleading not guilty right now, so maybe not.
I just
Basically, what they're contesting is like they're saying that Terrion Arnold like was like the mastermind of this plot, this alleged armed robbery and kidnapping plot. He allegedly was masterminding it and like was watching it over FaceTime and stuff like that. But apparently, a lot of the evidence for that is like secondhand and by witnesses rather than like physical evidence of him doing that.
hmm.
Um, so that's probably the grounds he's going to be trying to get off on. But also very likely that Terrion Arnold could be doing serious time.
I just as a high paid NFL player, why
Just like, what are you
even
doing, man?
participate in this?
You are not Tony Soprano, man.
No. If he was Tony Soprano, he wouldn't have gotten caught. Um, yeah, this is it's just a really bad look. He's obviously never playing another snap in the NFL.
Not for the
Um,
Lions, at least. I mean,
Definitely not. That's just honestly, if you ask a few certain people, they would say this is actually good for the Lions because Terrion Arnold had some rough moments
I
as a
mean,
Lion.
it can at least get him off the books, right? I mean, for the next
Is that how
couple of
that works?
years.
Is his
I
contract
think I
void?
think that definitely applies for like some special clause in the NFL
Yeah,
where
most likely.
you can probably waive his contract if he's in prison.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's good. Then we don't have to pay one of our worst corners for a little bit. Some of his plays were a little boneheaded. Not my favorite corner that I've ever watched. He probably could have turned
So
out into something good, but that's not happening.
so moving down the NBA draft board, OKC also snags Bennett Sturts from Iowa. I guess hoping to potentially one day fill a role of some playmaking help for SGA. Um, but I don't really know about this pick. I don't know how well he's going to fit on that team. He can't really defend. He's not really that athletic. I think they kind of reached on him. But at the same time, I'm very happy about it because it allowed the Pistons to select Ibuka Okori right behind him, who was last year as a true freshman at 19 years old in the ACC, was lighting it up, 23 points per game, pretty damn efficient on a team that really was bad, and he had like no help. And I've seen stats saying that he pretty much had like the most self-created buckets out of like any guys in college basketball last year, and I am very excited to watch him on the Pistons coming off the bench or even potentially playing in like the final minutes helping Cade.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna be a rookie small guard coming to the NBA. This is a great position to be in. Um,
Yeah, and he
not
also has like a 6'8" wingspan.
yeah, like he's not a typical small guard. Like he could actually probably be a pretty good defender. This is a position where like all he really has to do is be a good secondary ball handler when he's on the floor with Cade. And it'll be so nice to put Cade in a position where there's actually someone on the floor who can pass, dribble, and shoot. Because I love Danis, I love Sasser, but it's just not the same. It's not the same with him. Sasser can shoot. He's great.
Yeah,
But that's
Sasser
not
has
even.
been on the trade market too, so I think he's officially on the block.
I would love to see him get a role where he can actually get consistent minutes because that guy
Wait,
can fucking hoop.
did we talk about the Stu trade in the last podcast?
No,
Had
we
that
didn't.
happened yet?
We didn't.
Man, the Pistons traded Stu.
So,
I mean,
what are your
it's
thoughts
not the
on that?
worst thing in the world. He has had these knee injury problems that have been nagging him. Um, and he does make a lot of money. So, I mean, getting him off the books makes me think that the Pistons are going to target somebody with that money in free agency.
Yeah, my initial reaction was it's tough to see him go because he's the longest tenured Piston. Um, he's been a great enforcer. He fought LeBron. He fought Miles Bridges just this season. Just really awesome guy to watch. At the same time, though, he was pretty much unplayable, especially in that Cavs series. Um, he's making 15 million to get DMPs in the playoffs. I think it's a move that had to happen if we want to go ahead and get a stud next to Cade. Got to free up that. Got to free up the books. And it really, I mean, it does suck because
It does. I mean, he was our
he's a
longest
Detroit
tenured
guy.
Piston.
Yeah, he's built to be a Piston, and he's not here anymore. But Memphis, great place to go for him. A team that's kind of going to be on their way up. Probably another defensive-minded team. I think he'll fit in great there. But yeah, kind of a shame to see him go. But I
There,
understand him.
he can evolve into Zach Randolph now.
What I'm really happy about what this move says is that Trajan Langdon is willing to send off beloved pieces if he thinks it's gonna better the team.
I agree. I agree. I'm glad that he's willing to change the team.
Yeah, so that gives me hope. We've got a good GM in Detroit. Because I don't know, I was worried that like the core 4 to 5 guys were never gonna get moved, even if it was possibly gonna benefit the team. So yeah, overall a sad move, but a good one.
Yeah. So back to the NBA draft. The Hornets select Christian Anderson at 18. I think he's an okay player, but really the Hornets have been in the news lately for trading LaMelo and Miles Bridges in recent days. So the LaMelo to Minnesota trade process was like 12 hours long. Like it was like, ooh, the Hornets are interested in trading LaMelo Ball, and then he got traded 12 hours later.
Yeah, it hardly ever happens like that. Like I remember hearing that there's these rumors about it. And I just went to bed because I'm not gonna stay up and be like, oh, what if Lamelo gets traded? I gotta be up for that. I woke up the next morning and he was gone. So honestly, that was a much more shocking trade than the Giannis trade.
Yeah. So part of that trade, you got Nas Reed, which as a as a fan who kind of like, I just like watching the Timberwolves. I've always liked that core. It is sad to see Nas Reed go because you could tell all those guys, him and Jaden McDaniels and Ant really all do like each other. Um,
Yeah,
but anyways, there's also that 2033 first round unprotected, which they get one of those, and then they also get a 2033 first round unprotected from Phoenix for Miles Bridges, and they get like Grayson Allen back also. So they're obviously committing to this rebuild at this point. And the Hornets got to be one of the first teams to ever go from a rebuild to a rebuild. Like they had like half a season where they were good, and they couldn't even keep it up enough to actually get to the postseason.
So I don't know how to feel about that move. I think it's kind of a stupid move by Charlotte, to be fair. Like given the
Yeah, I think
context
they're
of the
giving up on
season,
him.
yeah, like they arguably had their best season in franchise history. Like given the context. I mean, this is a team that has been destitute for the past several seasons. And they start the season again pretty crappy. LaMelo's hurt, and then they come into the new year as like one of the 5 or 6 best teams in the NBA. Like crazy turnaround, and so they get a play-in game. They're one game away from making the playoffs for the first time in what is it, like 10 seasons, and like they've got all the momentum going into next year, and they trade their number one guy on the team.
The problem is just like he is like easily the least replaceable player on their team. Like he was. Like he is the point guard. He is the engine. He's the one that's creating the offense really. And now they've just got a bunch of play finishers, and I'm just not sure how well they're going to be able to fill that hole. And he's got his flaws, like his bad shot selection, his bad decision making, his inability to play defense. But at the same time, like you kind of got to take him for his flaws.
Yeah, I think this is a move where like people are gonna look back if it works out well for Minnesota, they're gonna look back on Charlotte like, what the fuck were you doing? This was your guy. Like this is who the offense was built around. But if he ends up being hurt and only playing 30 games a season for the next, few seasons, we're gonna look back and be like, everyone saw this coming. He had his one healthy season to boost his trade value, and then he never really played that much again. So it really
Now
just
LaMelo and Ant are now teammates. They're both only 24 years old. Just crazy.
I think it's really exciting times in Minnesota, because this is really what they needed for the past few seasons is a point guard. And not only are they getting a point guard, they're getting a really good point guard. I think Ant can really alleviate some of the scoring pressure from LaMelo, and we might end up with less of those really stupid one-legged 30-footers. Who knows? Maybe that's just part of who he is, but I think that can be eliminated from his shot diet, and they can be really good for each other. Because Ant does need someone to make scoring easier for him.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about Minnesota, or should we just keep talking about the draft?
I don't know. I think I'll have more stuff to say about Minnesota once this roster is really filled out.
Minnesota.
I know Tim Walz tweeted about Naz Reid getting traded. I guess that's my Minnesota comment.
How about next pick, I guess, that interests me is Jaden Quaintance getting drafted to San Antonio, because he is, like, such a interesting prospect. Like, this ultra elite athleticism center. Like, dude was literally looking like prime Robert Williams at, like, 17 years old in D1. Suffers this horrible knee injury, and he is still recovering from that knee injury that happened, like, over a year ago now at this point. So obviously a little bit of a risky pick, betting that he can get back to what he used to be. And, I wish the best for him, because he really is something to watch. I've seen his highlights. Like, it's really impressive rim protection stuff that he's doing. And he was doing it at 17 years old in Division I basketball. So, incredible stuff. I hope he can get back on the floor.
I think if any team can take a chance on him coming back from injury, okay.
But he's still only 18 years old, which is crazy.
Yeah, isn't he a college sophomore?
I don't know. But he's still only 18.
That's crazy.
I think he reclassified up to play. And the next pick, I think it's interesting. Philly getting LeBaron Filan. I think that's a good way to make up for losing Jared McCain. They use some of those assets to do it, and I think he's got potential to be really good in the NBA. But at the same time, I don't know I don't know if it's going to work or not, just because he's so small. But
How
definitely a
many
great guard to
guards do they
complement
need?
Maxi and BJ.
Like, I don't know. They've got their two guards. Is that really a positional need for them? I guess they need someone off the bench.
Yeah. Then the Lakers get Cam Carr. It's gonna be fun watching Luca throw lobs to him. Really athletic player. And then the Mavericks get Koa Pete. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't really think the Mavericks made the best decisions in this draft. Um, but because Koa Pete, like his player comp has been like Aaron Gordon without elite athleticism,
So
and people were quick to
bad.
point out like, oh, that's a bad player. That's literally just a bad player.
Aaron Gordon's elite athleticism is what makes him really good.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this second round. I didn't know that Braden Smith got drafted to. Looks like he got traded to Indiana. Okay, that's interesting.
I'm surprised he got drafted. He's like
Yeah, top of the second round too. I mean,
he's a really fake 6 feet. He's got to be like 5'10".
oh yeah, but I mean, he can act. He's actually insanely athletic. Like I've seen videos of him like dunking on people in the intramural gym in Purdue.
You know how sick it would be to be playing IM
As
and then
like a
you play
D1
against a D
player.
one player. Like
Like
that's so
that's the
fun.
equivalent of me like playing with like a bunch of eighth graders, except they're not even like good eighth graders. And you put the
Yeah,
rim down to 9 foot, and
like eighth graders that you just see at the park.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would do if I had to play against a D1 player. Is your camera?
my
Oh,
headphones just died. I gotta join back.
okay. Well, we just lost Lucas. His headphones died. I'll carry for a little bit. Uh, if I was put up against a D1 player, it would not be good. I don't even know how I would go about trying to guard someone that athletic. Sick. Um, I was just saying like if I was put up against a D1 player, like I don't think I've got the skills or the reaction time to even attempt to hoop against someone like that.
And that doesn't even like every single guy could like probably just walk me down to the basket, except for the guys that like would be small enough that I could maybe block them. They would just be the quickest person on planet Earth, and they would just fry my face off.
Like when I worked for Western's basketball team, like I don't know, I would have to assist in practices like being at the top of the key, like passing the ball around or like playing defense. And it's just like there's nothing I could
Like
do to
just being
actually
a cone.
yeah, like being a cone. Like they would tell me to actually play a little bit of defense,
You
but it
just
didn't
like
fucking
stick your
matter.
arm out a little bit, try and reach.
Yeah, it just like nothing I could do. There were times when I like legitimately tried to like get the ball or like put a body on him. It just doesn't. It does not matter. Nothing I can do will phase them. And this
Hell,
is
I
like a
mean,
6-win basketball team.
I've played like Division 3 players at the gym, and they're like the best person in the gym.
Yeah, it's crazy learning
It's
like the
crazy to
levels
think
to
like
this shit.
yeah, there's just so many people in the country. Like these are really like the tippity top of 300 million people
Yeah.
athletically. So
Like I think a D3 guy showed up to one of our pickup runs and like just dominated everybody for a few games and went home. It's so crazy. Like you watch these guys that dominate the pickup runs and then a D3 guy plays and they can't even stop them. It's so crazy to me.
yeah, but I guess no more NBA draft thoughts.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about the draft. So we touched on the LaMelo trade already. I think we should get into Miles Bridges. He got traded too. He got traded to Phoenix for Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal.
And
What do you
that
think about
that
that?
2033 first, unprotected, obviously, I think Phoenix is being irresponsible again, trading away these unprotected firsts. Like this one literally just became eligible for them to trade, and they're already trading it for fucking Miles Bridges. So I mean, it's a little bit of a questionable move. Um, but yeah, obviously Charlotte trying to recoup some assets, not necessarily thinking about being good right now, but at the same time, it's just Miles Bridges. So
Yeah, I wonder what the strategy here is. Like when are they thinking about starting to try to be good?
I'm not sure because their best player now is like Khan. It's
I would
like
say
it's
Brandon
Khan and
Miller.
Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller, who has these injury problems more than the inconsistency. And
He's
then Khan,
constantly
whose
got
whose role is like a sharpshooter, is really more of like a supplementary position. Even though I know Khan can do more off the dribble than like Kyle Korver or stuff ever could, but I think like trading his engine and like two of his best teammates away probably is not going to lead to anything but like a sophomore slump.
yeah. It's gonna be
It's
rough.
going to be a
It's
lot
gonna be a
harder
rough
for him
sophomore
next
slump
year.
for him because we're gonna get a lot of people being like, oh, this guy was in conversations with Cooper Flag and he fucking sucks,
I mean, his
and it's not
point
gonna be
guard
his
is going to
fault.
be Kobe White now. Can he
He's not
play
even a real
point
point
guard?
guard.
Has he
Yeah,
played point guard since college?
I don't think he was ever really the Bulls point guard.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And people were pointing out that Grayson Allen and Kobe White are now teammates, which is crazy because uh, they used to be huge rivals back in the Duke UNC days.
I wonder if they'll beef in the locker room.
Nah, Kobe White's like a super nice guy, I'm pretty sure. So I doubt it.
Uh, we talked about Pistons getting Isaiah Joe.
Yeah, how about those Jalen Duren for Jalen Brown talks that were happening before the Pistons shut it down? I was a little worried for a second. I was like, I
I
do not want Jalen
I
Brown
don't
on
want
my
Jalen
team.
Brown. There's nothing. There's no one I want less than that. And I don't think Jalen Brown. He would hate that too. Like he wants to be the number one on a team, and if he got sent here, I mean, it's Cade's team, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just also that stuff that's come out. It was just the who was it that was saying it on TV? But they were like, my anonymous source that's an NBA executive tells me that we consider Jalen Brown to be like the seventh best player on a team analytically. And now, and that was what prompted him to tweet out like, "Oh, I have the most wins regular season and playoffs since I came into the league," which is true. And I think like some metrics like RAPM and XRAPM actually have him like around like the 170 to 200 range. And the Celtics are better on and off, like with him off the court. Technically, they have been like several points better, like this last season they were. Um, and I think you can understand that Jalen Brown and what he does with his like athleticism and just being like the primary creator on offense definitely can tank the efficiency just a little bit just because he has the harder role, like he's seeing the harder coverages and like he's got to make shit happen, versus like at the same time you can acknowledge that he is kind of a low leverage, like low efficiency version of that player. And he is kind of mediocre in that sense, but at the same time, he is like, he did just have an incredible season. He did just spearhead the Celtics to like 56 wins. So,
it's hard to say the dude sucks when he just did that because it has sparked people
I'm saying
online
for like
being like,
for a superstar, he kind of sucks.
yeah, and that's true.
Yeah.
Now there's been a lot of people online saying he's like not even a top 25, 30 player in the league.
I think he's at least in the top 20.
Yeah, it's like let's be serious here. He's definitely a top 30 player. Come on. Uh, but yeah, I this is not a guy that I want on the Pistons Like, obviously, I don't want to
Just
overpay.
as the only reason I don't want him on the Pistons is really just because he makes too much money. Like this dude's gonna be making 70 million a year. Like that you just can't do that.
He's not a guy that should be touching those
That
heights.
just obliterates your cap. Like you're gonna be in the first apron every year.
But yeah, those are some interesting rumors. Now they're saying on Twitter, like some good sources here are saying that Duran is not going to get moved,
Yeah.
regardless of how the contract talks are going.
So he wants
So
40 million, he might get the 40 million.
I really hope not. I mean,
40 million annually is it's less than 50, you know. I mean, cuz 4 years 160 doesn't screw us nearly as much as 4 years 200.
and that's true. I just don't think is anyone going to offer him that
I think
in
somebody
restricted free
probably
agency.
will. I
I
think
don't know.
somebody probably will.
I'd be curious to see, like,
Like does Brooklyn have the money?
would Brooklyn even do that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they would.
It's like if he stays, fine. Like I
The
like
Lakers
watching
would.
Cade and Durham pick and roll, but I
I
don't
bet
know. A
The
sign and trade is
Lakers
still
would
on the
throw
table
40
here.
million at him, I bet.
Now, speaking of back to Jalen Brown, there are rumors about Kawhi leaving the Clippers. So, what would your thoughts be on a Kawhi Jalen Brown swap?
I think it's very possible. I mean, I think Jalen Brown would probably be pissed off. But I mean, as soon as he lands in Cali and he's like, "Oh, I have Darius Garland and actually some good teammates," I think he'd be okay with it. You know, I can prove that I'm better than Tatum now.
I
Once
just
and for
think
all.
from the standpoint of the Clippers, why do you make that move? It's not like Jalen Brown's a young player.
Um, I mean,
I
I
guess
think
they don't have
they'd have
draft
to get
picks. There's no
they'd have
reason
to
for them to
get
be
some
tanking.
capital also. I think
Yeah.
because I mean, what's the difference in first round picks and swaps between Kawhi and Jalen Brown? I'd say it's probably not too much.
It's probably not, considering Kawhi's injury risk.
I mean, he's older.
And yeah, he's older. Yeah, I don't know. That would be an interesting move. I was also seeing Kawhi Raptors rumors. He probably wants to avoid the scandal, so he's moving to Canada to.
Yeah, but like think of that Raptors trade. Who's going back? Like Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick. That
Yeah.
that trade package does not entice me, man. I don't care.
Well, Kawhi only has 1 year in his contract, right?
And the thing
It's
is, like
expiring,
the
dude.
Raptors could make that trade and they could run out. They could trade those two guys plus some picks for Kawhi, and they could run out that lineup next year. And I don't know how scared I'd be of a team that employs Jakob Pertl as their center.
Hey, they employed Jakob Pertl as their center when they won the championship.
Okay, he was like the fourth center.
Yeah, I'm playing. Sorry, I got tennis on right now. Some crazy
Oh
shit
shit,
happening.
tennis.
There's this dude. You heard of Novak Djokovic?
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he's 39, trying to go for his 25th Grand Slam right now, which should be pretty unheard of. So I gotta watch every match that he's playing. Reeves extension. How much did he get?
Yeah, it was like 190 million or something.
Oof, oof. That's a lot of money for Austin Reeves.
4 years, 185. It's the
What does that average
richest
out to?
richest contract for an undrafted player ever. So that's not surprising. I just
I
think
mean, he's
that's
really good.
I know, but he's such a regular season player with
I
when you
know.
consider him and Luca. Like
Like,
you know that's never gonna work in the playoffs.
I think what he brings is just not necessary when you have. No, it's not unnecessary, but it's not that valuable when you have Luka Doncic on your team. You need, Like the proven formula for a Luka-led team is what the Mavs did in 2024. And signing Reeves to that big of a deal is just going to make it harder to build a roster like that.
They need to get loaded in the front court now more than ever. Because I mean, I guess Austin Reeves can be the Kyrie, but like even Kyrie was a better defender than Austin Reeves. Like I mean, he's an okay defender for a 6'2" guy. Like Austin Reeves is a genuine cone, and I think
Austin Reeves is
he is
like
an
made for defense.
incredible offensive player, but we've seen him like really get shut down in the last 2 years in the playoffs.
Yeah, because he's a foul baiter, and that doesn't work in the playoffs. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. They might be mismanaging the start to Luka Doncic Lakers career.
I mean, I saw reports saying that like Luca, if they don't like do things in a couple of years, like he could be on the move again.
I don't blame him. I mean, he had his optimal roster in Dallas, and then
Yeah, they blew it up.
they blew it up. It's so stupid. Did we talk about the Hardenstein deal when we were talking about Mara to the
We mentioned that he got extended.
It's
Three
a good
years,
price.
75. Yeah,
3 years, 75 is not bad
he
at
takes
all.
a cut. He takes a slight pay cut to keep the core together. I like when guys do that.
Yeah, I respect that a ton. Now the Knicks are letting Mitchell Robinson go. So opposite situation, they just won a title and he's gone.
Yeah, I mean I don't think they can really afford him.
Yeah, they're pretty capped out right now.
They're already over the first apron. I'm pretty sure. Um, they've re-signed Alvarado and that one overseas guy. I forget his name. Diawara, is it?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, losing him sucks. I've seen that they're gonna try to like replace him with like Kevon Looney or I can't remember what the other name was, but they're gonna try and target some cheaper guys. But
Get Andre Drummond.
Mitchell Robinson, even with a broken hand, um, was huge for them in the finals, especially like in Game Five. And he's just so huge that like he just does so much on the floor by being so huge.
Yeah, I don't know where he's gonna end up. Um, but they got to find out a way to at least get back some of his services with whatever money they have left. But I think for the most part, they can retain most of the championship roster. They're still all pretty much under contract.
No, yeah, I mean he's gonna be like the only guy they lose going into next year.
Could still be a scary team next year. Shit.
So how about these recent player option decisions? Draymond declines his and is I think gonna be a UFA. Um, or is he an RFA?
I think he's a UFA, but he'll take. I think he's taking a pay cut to allow Braun to sign in Golden State.
Yeah, Golden State's trying to get LeBron and Anthony Davis, which if they manage to do that, man, would just man, there's no way that happens.
If it was, I'm still not moved by that. I don't think that team wins a
I
championship.
think that's a nursing home team for sure. I
It's
mean,
the
can
unction
they
where
do
none
that
of them
without
have working ligaments anymore.
can they do that without giving up Yaxel?
Probably not. He'll probably go.
And
I think
Steve Kerr's got to be willing to part with Pods.
I think the Warriors just have to.
Or who's the GM? Dunleavy.
The Warriors, they just have to give up at this point. They know they're not winning another title. Just let Steph play out the rest of his years in Golden State, and then hold on to whatever young players you have right now because that's going to be it for a little bit.
Probably, man. Unless they get some like free agent for their next star.
Crazy shit, dude.
And I guess next Fred Van Vliet opts in. I don't really know who cares about Houston next year. I mean, it seems like Kevin Durant's still going to be there. Um, and I think the Rockets reportedly have like made like everybody's available or like everybody's not untouchable except like Amen Thompson. So I guess it's possible that we could see them make some trades, but at the same time, I haven't really seen them appear much in these conversations. Uh, they don't really have enough money to do anything in free agency either.
No, they really don't.
So Zach Levine also opts in once
That's
again.
a no brainer.
But
Thinking
yeah,
about 50 million.
yeah. I mean, I fuck man, 50 million to be like the least impactful NBA star of all time. Like
What a great deal.
this guy's never once contributed to like real winning.
If I'm Zach Levine, I gotta feel like the luckiest player of all time.
Zach Levine's agent, man, that guy. Wow, made Zach Levine. Zach Levine's probably worth like over $100 million.
Good for him, dude. Good for him.
He's gonna get another lump sum, 25 million next year after tax. And then Harden opts out, but he is gonna re-sign with the Cavs on a multi-year deal. Probably the last multi-year deal Harden will get. And that's kind of been Harden's grift, like that. Every couple of years, he's just looking for his next deal.
So, is this the last iteration of new team, play for a season, become unhappy near the trade deadline of the next season so he can get his money? Like, I don't think
If
he's
it's
young
that
enough
bad,
for
I
this
feel
to
like
happen
him
again.
and Donovan Mitchell are both going to try and get out of there.
Yeah, it's scary hours for Cleveland now.
Who
It's
knows?
kind of over for this
I mean,
group.
they got to the conference finals for once, and then they just laid an egg. They just got absolutely belted.
They had the worst possible conference finals run you could have. So yeah, it's probably over. Like once they give Harden a multi-year deal, they're gonna have to either play out the rest of his contract or he'll eventually ask out, and then they gotta work with whatever they get back, and then they're probably irrelevant until I don't know until they get a top draft pick again.
Probably.
Actually, no. I think Cleveland is like they're built to be one of these mid teams
I mean,
that gets the best lottery
I think
odds.
they're gonna keep Mobley like forever.
Yeah, he's a Cav for life until he asks out or doesn't sign an extension.
Yeah, I mean they can build a good team around him. Like he's one of the easiest players probably to put a functional team around.
Yeah, I agree with that. So what are the odds you think that LeBron and AD end up in Golden State? Like this isn't actually something that's gonna happen, right?
Like 5% maybe, I'd say.
I think maybe even less than that.
Just because it would require LeBron to want to go to a new team, and I'm just not sure how true that is.
Well, he's got to take a pay cut, and that's something he's never done.
Yeah, um, I think he should be at the point where if he actually wants to like have fun or win, he should like understand. He knows how the cap works. He might not be
He's
able to
an
tell you
idiot.
all the details about the second apron and stuff, but he knows how it works.
I don't know. I think if he's gonna end up not a Laker,
He's a billionaire, man.
he's
He
going to
doesn't
Cleveland.
need a max contract, man.
No, I know he doesn't need it. I think if I had to bet,
He's
dude's
the
gonna end up
richest
in Los
player in the NBA.
Angeles. He's not going anywhere else.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably just gonna stay. You think he takes a pay cut though?
No, I think he's gonna take another max. He's gonna take like $55 million on a 1 year deal, and then retire. I think he's gonna get his money. I don't know. I thought he was gonna take a pay cut last season, because it just makes sense. But I don't think he'll do that.
Well, I mean, I think it'd be interesting watching 42-year-old LeBron play with Curry, but I'm not sure how moved I would be. Anthony Davis would make things better. I mean, like, what does that team look like after that, though? I mean, like, I'd
I
probably
mean, those four in
more bare
pods,
bones
bro.
than it is now. And at least like two out of those three guys would be hurt in the playoffs to some extent.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way AD makes it to a healthy playoff run. Braun's probably healthy for that.
Do you think
Steph,
could Jimmy
Steph could
Butler
make it to the end of the season this
could
year.
Jimmy Butler be back? Actually, no.
No, he gets moved in that
He
deal.
would totally be in the Anthony Davis trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. And that would require the Wizards to want to just take Jimmy Butler. How many more years does he have in his contract?
Think two, because they extended him. It's this next season and the season after that, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm. He's an unrestricted free agent next summer.
Mm.
So I guess, I mean, but Washington seems to want to be competitive, so I don't think they'd take a old guy making 56 million with a torn ACL who's not going to play next year. I mean, they'd probably get the injury exception, but that's only like what, 12 million or whatever.
Something like that. Maybe if they were to do it, it would just be like a mentorship thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that the like Anthony Davis SAR thing just doesn't work anyways, and like maybe that would be the better deal for Washington, and they could probably get some assets from Golden State, but who knows? Who knows? They seem to want to play ball with Trey Young and Anthony Davis, so I'd say that's probably unlikely.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I can't wait to see how free agency turns out. I want to see, what these rosters are looking like closer to the start of next season. Because I'd be excited to do some next season predictions. Because it already looks like it's shaping up to be some pretty interesting teams next year.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, like, there's gonna be a lot of roster shakeup. It looks like.
Pretty big moves. Well, I think we got through most of our whole list today.
Oh yeah. Last thing I had is just the Supreme Court released some opinions today, and included in that was that expanding some executive power, which is just awesome. I love when they give the orange guy more power. That's the best.
We need more of that. That's why the country's gone to shit, because he doesn't have enough power.
But anyways, I don't know. Is there anything else to talk about?
I mean, I was going to talk about the result of the Brazil-Japan game if it was going to go longer, but they got a goal at the very end. So, knockout round is here, and it's going to be pretty crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm having a good time watching the World Cup.
Yeah, I think I've looked into how the regular season goes with soccer. Instead of picking a team before the season starts, I'm just going to watch, all the teams that are on TV and then just let myself gravitate towards a team I like to watch. That way I'm not stuck. I'm picking a shit team and then I got to root for them.
Well, I'm excited to watch my second country, aka the Netherlands, play tonight at 9 p.m. Anyone that says I'm LARPing, okay, I literally look at my freaking last name, dude. I'm allowed to claim the Netherlands.
Yeah, you are. I'm probably allowed to claim Germany, actually.
No, yeah, you are. And they play Paraguay today in about 40 minutes, so maybe you might have to tune in to watch your homeland.
I might. I'll get a Germany jersey.
Are you sure your team isn't like Team Israel?
I'm very sure. I'm quite sure. I get those. I get those accusations a lot. I'm pretty sure I'm not Team Israel.
Have you ever done like an ancestry test?
No.
That would be
They
so
cost.
fun.
They cost too much money.
Have any of your parents ever done it?
No.
Like, I feel like that's not even the worst part that it costs. Because it honestly doesn't cost that much money, considering what it is. But the worst part would just be that those companies are totally going to keep your data and sell that shit. And
They're gonna
who knows
know.
what they'll be able to do with that in the future.
Yeah. Fuck. With AI deepfakes happening, yeah, I'd be cooked.
So, I mean, I'm kind of curious to do it, but I think it'd be funny if you did it. Because, like, what if you did it and then you just had like 30% Ashkenazi Jewish?
I wouldn't be shocked. I'll tell you that.
You don't know if anybody like got adopted back in your like family lineage?
I don't know much about my family history, so
Hey, my dad's side of the family, someone made like a full genealogy report, and it goes back to like the 1800s.
that's impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know like what generation I am in the U.S.
that's crazy. I mean, maybe you've been here for maybe they were on the Mayflower.
Maybe, who
Actually,
knows?
I don't think there were any Germans on the Mayflower.
I know I'm at least like
I think those were
fifth
English and Scottish.
generation. I don't know. I'll have to figure. I'll have it figured out for the next Ball Knowers podcast. How
Yeah,
about that?
when we get to 100 patrons on Patreon, the page that doesn't exist yet, we'll do full genealogy reports.
Yeah, here's the plan, Ball Knowers. Right now we're at 4 subscribers.
And then
Two of those are
we'll do a
us.
giveaway. We'll do a giveaway, and whoever wins will get copies of our genome sent to them so they can create clones of us and grow them.
Hell yeah. So at 100 subscribers, we'll create a Patreon, and that's when all that shit will start. So
Yep.
tune in, Ball Knowers.
I
Big
know
things are coming.
all you people who are listening but aren't subscribing. Come on.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Leave a comment, and we'll see you next week on the Ball Knowers.
Yeah.